Welcome to Swiss Esports Arena, episode 10, and my guests for today are Dao of PriFu and Razed of Lostic. And today's topic will be, I call it the Swiss Esports League Talent Factory. And with that episode, I want to showcase the nice system that the SCL has, which helps us develop Swiss CSGO players. Because in League of Legends, we don't have anything like that. We have the Swisscom Hero League. It's a 16 team bracket where let's imagine you are a young player that wants to start their career. You get into the bracket, you play against Punchy in the first round, you are out of the tournament. No stream, no recognition, no games to play. That's it. But in CSGO, it's completely different. You actually have the chance to see players develop. The players have the chance to develop. Players have the chance to play games. And they even get attentions, even in the lower divisions. Like we had open division games with 30 viewers average, which is insane. So my first question will be kind of off topic, if you can call it like that. But let's imagine you two, instead of playing CSGO, you wanted to play Swiss League of Legends. Would you be happy as a Swiss League of Legends player? And how would you start playing semi-professionally? Dao, let's start.
Hmm. Get good, I guess, and then play if you can. Like it's a stupid question because I have no clue, and by the description you just made, I guess you could say, well, yeah, you have to start somewhere, so you start low, and you just have to play, get better.
But
But
it's
since you can't play a lot of matches against people in your skill grade from Switzerland, if you have to like play in a bracket where like everyone has to play, and you just get smacked out in the first round, it doesn't really help you, I guess.
yeah,
But
it's terrible, right?
yeah.
Race?
Well, I think, like Dao said, you need to start somewhere, like to play. To start somewhere, yeah. But I find it kind of sad that it hasn't a lot of attention, like the streaming or to see players how they develop or grow up as a player. So yeah,
So that's very good about the cell in CSGO because we have the cell here, we don't have it in League of Legends
yeah.
anymore. So we have these lower divisions, which we will talk about now first. So you have the open division, the lowest cell division. Have you both played in it? So Race, you played this season in it. Dao,
Yes.
you also started there with PriFu.
Yes,
So
played
what?
like
Huh?
3 seasons ago or something, like 4 seasons ago, I guess.
And how many seasons did it take you to get up?
1 or 2. I think
Okay,
one. Not
one.
sure.
Okay, so what is it like playing there? So in terms of competition, the professionality and all? Maybe Race, you just played in this
I
season?
just played this. This was my first season actually. So we actually had a rough start at the beginning, but the enemies, all of them, weren't actually that bad. They were all like trained up. They they wanted as well to be one of the top four to get to go along, but yeah, it was actually hard. But at the end of the season, uh, we got more to play together because we were new roster. But I think half of the open division has the potential to get up. I think in challenger division.
So the level is high enough to even to improve, right? As a team.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So is that the same for you from your experience in the open division now? Or
Uh,
was it worse back then?
I think there's always I think one team who like just has to start in which are better players who have played in the higher divisions. Just they have to make a new slot and they have to get up with it. So this season it was P9 Gaming. Um, yeah, I guess the roster is quite good. You have Manberi, which is quite a good player. Yeah, you like it was back in the day when I played. It was the same. We had one team which was just like who shouldn't be there but has to because, of course, he has to qualify for the upper divisions. I don't know which team it was. Yeah, you most of the seasons you have one team who has to do it, and then yeah, I guess I don't really remember what it was back in the day, but I guess it was. I think now it's a higher level than it was back.
But did you still think you could improve by playing there? Was it good
Yeah,
enough?
yeah, of course. You can always.
But playing against better competition helps you improve. Just playing against worse
Yeah, of
players
course.
doesn't help you really.
Yeah, of course. But
But
again, it depends what kind of team you are. Are you a team that is like full level 10 and shouldn't play there, or are you a team that is like average level 5 and should play there? Depends.
so did you think that the Open Division would get as much attention as it got this season? Like even some, not all Premier Division games were streamed, but some Open Division games even were streamed. Like I think Razed, your Lustig games were streamed to some extent, even with 30 viewers on average. I think. Did you expect that?
Thing. Actually, no, I didn't expect that, but I knew that some of my friends or other friends were hyped up to watch the stream, and I think that they talk around and say, "Hey, you need to watch the stream." And yeah, I think we got actually average peak of 50, if I'm
Even
not.
really?
Yeah, I
Fuck.
think yeah. That was against what were they called? Swiss Esports, I think. Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah, Swiss Esports. We played against them, and we actually could win our first actually Open Division 2-0. So we were really hyped up. It was a different experience to play when you know you are getting streamed. It was like different. So all were nervous, and they wanted to show that they can play good. And yeah,
So more pressure on you, but
it was yeah.
it was also easier to concentrate in a way because you were more hyped. You really wanted to win.
Yeah.
But now, did you also think that the Open Division would get streamed, or didn't you expect it? Like,
No,
Race?
of course you don't expect it because it's the open division, I guess you can say. But what I found kind of disappointing is that like he streamed open division matches on Sunday 8 p.m. over Premier Division matches, which I think is questionable because of course like there was like sometimes there was like a Kings versus Rins or something, and he didn't stream it. He streamed like Swiss Esports versus some other team, not you guys, which I think is kind of stupid. But also, I told him that, and he said, also Krigi, I told him that, and he said because of it's the open division, you know the players are quite new, and so like Race said, they share it to their friends. Like me, I don't share it to friends. Why should I? Or at least I think that's what most higher division players do, because they're not new to sports and like you know they don't want to show it off to their friends. Yeah, I do it since 3 years now, or whatever. Or like I don't think most of the Premier Division like put it in their best friends group chat or whatever. And I think that's what newer players sometimes do. That's what, in the end, Kriege told me helps the Swiss scene, and I think that is quite true because you get new people into the stream, into the scene, whatever.
So
And
the interest was there for sure. Like if Race said 50 viewers on average, I think that's a Clash Royale Swisscom Hero League game, or 10 times of that. Okay, not 10 times, but I think it's more. Now let's imagine I want to start playing CSGO semi-professionally in Switzerland. I would have to start in the open division most likely. What should I expect to when I play there? What should I expect in terms of, what can I say? Like maybe it's a little bit of the same question as before, but if I just say what can I expect, can you tell me something?
Well, you need a lot of practice with your team, actually, because you alone when you're getting new to CS, it's hard to like play for yourself because this is actually a team game. So yeah, it needs a lot of practice and call outs. Like also, I don't know how to tell it, but
You need to know the spots, or
um, that for one thing, but
Strats, do you mean?
yeah, threats. That's what I mean. Like you can go out play like it's Face It for your loan, like a Puckstar. You need to. It's a different. So when you play Face It, it's a different game when you play 5 vs 5 on team because you get double peaked or double nade or you're getting more flashed and. But in Face It, when you play Face It alone, it's different style. So yeah, you actually need a lot of practice with your team. That's all.
so you have to change your
Yeah.
mentality, your play style. But what else, Dao?
Yeah.
I guess you could say you can do one or two things. Either you're individually better than the other team, or you have to practice. That's one or the
Yeah.
other. Either you're
Yeah.
better, like individually, aim-wise, game sense-wise, whatever, you have more experience, or you have to get that experience. And yeah, to win, I guess you have to do one or two. And yeah.
And what did you do in the Challenger division this season? Because you got up to the next division.
In this season, we, I guess you could say there weren't that many great teams. There were good teams, but I think there was only one or two teams who could actually like compete with us. Yeah, it sounds like, oh yeah, it's so cocky and stuff, but I think Vision Gaming, they're really nice guys. I play with them a lot now and really chill guys. They are quite good. They took a map of us from us, and then yeah, the rest it was kind of a mesh, I guess. Like Virtualetics was good in the start of the season, and then yeah, they weren't. Yeah, I think the roster disbanded or something, and then the rest was quite. Yeah, I think the rest was playing Challenger Division since ages, like Arctic Sabi, Vala Esports, Vanina Gate. Yeah, and then you had two teams who didn't even play at all, which is kind of questionable.
So you were just individually better than these teams.
Nah, no. I think we just practiced, like, not a lot, but more. Enough.
Even with strats and all.
Not
Not really.
depends.
So in the open division, I'm sure there should be some, or at least one player that is too good for the open division, but is still stuck in open division. Is there someone like that? A young talent I should look out for who will play Premier?
I think
in a
so,
few years?
yeah.
Think
Like
stuck, or like who can't get up, or who just played this season. Because
Yeah,
I'd already
let's say
told
who just
Manberry,
played
of course.
this season.
Yeah, Manberry
Manberry.
is very good.
Like Manberry is a teammate. I think he played when I played Open Division. He played with Nikista in a team. Plays for Kings now. And yeah, like Manberry is a sick player. I think he has like 3,000 elo.
He plays for P9 Gaming.
P9, yeah.
So he is someone we should look out for? Okay. So maybe someone else?
Well, I guess if you're a little bit longer in the scene, you'd already know him.
But
Like
is there someone
most
young?
of the
Interesting.
someone young?
Razed,
I don't
maybe
know.
one of your teammates?
Not that I know, no.
Yeah.
I actually only Monberry is the name who I know that that was playing open division, but I think he deserves more. But I don't know if he was a stand-in player or the main player for the team. I don't
think
know.
so.
Yeah, maybe then there aren't a lot of super talented players. No, okay, yeah, that's unlucky.
Well, not that I know. No, I don't know.
But we will
I guess
surely
maybe I
get
don't-
some in the next few seasons, I hope. So I would say we go to the next division, to the Challenger division now. So what's it like playing there? Race, have you been to the Challenger as well?
No, I've never been. This was my first season playing in.
Ah,
So
yeah, you even said it.
yeah.
So now, what's it like playing in the Challenger now compared to the Open division?
This was our second season in the Challenger division, I think. Like last season we played as well, I think. Yeah, this season it was, as said, it was quite a. Yeah, I guess we just steamrolled most of the teams, and I guess we dropped the map against Venina Gate and Vision Gaming and Volley Esports. Against Venina Gate, I think they surprised us a little. You could say we had an off day, but I think that's just a bad excuse. I think they were just on that day they were just better, and they deserved that win, or that map win. And page so shit.
Yeah, it's better than the last one. I like it.
It's so slow.
Yeah, to some
And
extent, yeah. But the
Against
last
Vision
one
Gaming,
was.
yeah. Against Vision Gaming, we also lost the map, but they deserved it very well. I think we lost in overtime. But yeah, great guys, good players, a lot of fun. And then against Volley Esports, we took the first map. It was the last game of the season. Then we were, after taking the first map, we were safe with the first place. We couldn't lose it anymore. And then we trolled a little bit. But yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
So, but what's it like playing now in the Challenger division compared to the Open division? What's it like? So not just your season, but do you see any differences? Just the skill level that's a little bit better, or even the professionality,
Yeah, of course.
or that's it.
Yeah, first of all, the skill level, of course, and I guess second, you could say you have less newer players, or less players who are very young and like started in first or second div game. What else?
Yeah, more
haven't played
veterans,
Open
if
in
you
a
can
while.
call it like that.
Yeah, of course, more veterans. Like you have, again, as I already said, like 4 teams who already played there for 2 to 3 seasons.
Okay, so something I would find interesting to know would be this: what's the skill level like compared to other divisions? Because according to the Clincher Cups, the skill gap between Open and Challenger is smaller than the difference between Premier and Challenger. Because 2 of 3 Open division teams got to the Challenger, but 0 out of 3 Challenger got to the Premier division through the Clincher Cups. So is the skill level in the Challenger division only a little bit higher than the Open division, but the Premier division is a lot higher than the Challenger? Is that so?
Of course, you had, again, 2 teams in the Challenger division who didn't even play. So you have 2 lost slots anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, I guess you could say the lower teams in the Challenger division aren't that good. But I guess you can say it. But yeah, you have like Virtualet who had like only 5 positive round difference, which is quite bad. But again, the roster disbanded and there. So, and then you have Pandaric who aren't that good. And then you have Venina Gate, and then you have Volley safe spot. But yeah, I guess you could say it. But if you compare like a Pandaric to a Vision Gaming or an I Can't Read, no, they're not gonna win. Better, I think. Or like the up. Yeah, I think the skill gap quite high if you look at the upper teams in the Challenge division and the lower team.
Even in the division itself, but what I wanted to know rather is the difference between the Open and the Challenger division, for example. So do you think, Razed, you would win against the lower Challenger division teams? Because you were one of the rather higher open division teams? Would you win against some lower division teams? Challenger
I just
division.
Well, I think with our team we could have, but I think we need a little bit more of practice. But the chance is there actually. But as I said before, we only played as we practiced only against my insanity, and we did very well. But we still need improvements. But I think the chance is there. Yeah. But it is. We need a lot of time. Yeah, for sure.
So one last question for the Challenger division. Are there any interesting players we should look out for? So the same question of the open division now for the Challenger division. Are there any? Maybe young with... Yeah, I always think young seems very interesting, but you didn't have anyone young in the open division you could suggest?
Well, you think of teams or players?
Players. Even one, I would be happy about one player. One
Well,
interesting prodigy, next Swiss Ivu. Something
Well,
like
you
that.
have from Vision Gaming, you have Maka, who's an upper. He's really good, but I guess I think he's 25 or something. And then the rest are all like quite veterans or older players, and you don't have anyone really young, or like, I guess you have like one team, but I don't know the players there.
Okay, so I guess that's a no as well, unfortunately. Okay, that's pretty sad, but I'm sure this will change in the upcoming years, upcoming months, whatever. So let's go to let's just say to the most interesting division, the Premier Division. So, is there one team you would really like to play against in the Premier Division? Maybe Race, you can start.
Yeah, actually, versus Babos.
Babos.
Yeah, because I know a mate of me is playing there. That's South Soldat, and I played before with him, mostly for fun. I never was actually with him in a team, but I would have liked play against the Babos gaming team. Like they got a new roster 1 month ago, I think 2 months. I don't know.
I'm
And
not really sure as well.
yeah, Bobo. I mean, my insanity was Bobo's gaming
Aha, yeah.
earlier.
Uh-huh.
That's what I mean. And yeah, that's the team I would like to play against.
Dao? You will play against every team, but
Yeah.
but which one are you
Uh,
most excited for to play against?
I don't know. I guess maybe Kings or yeah, I guess any team because I think we're gonna play against most of them or all of them.
Have you played against? Are there any teams you haven't played against there?
I haven't played against
Paramise or Paramitse, I think.
yeah, only
Or did you
Parameter.
play against them?
No, I haven't played against them.
They are in the finals. They aren't bad. So
Yeah, I know they're quite good, and of course, yeah, I guess I played against everyone. Skills came on 100. They had one. I think they had one different players or two, and we won against them for the Swiss Hero League qualifier. And then yeah, there's Paramis and yeah, of course Babos. We didn't play against the new roster yet, but I think that it's a very good roster and quite a promising roster. Yeah, quite good. And then you have the rest I played against them already.
okay, so no team you are very excited about, just maybe Kings because they are, or they were the best teams, or maybe they are still with the Regal roster, but now they aren't in the final. But yeah, next question. So I think this question, Race, you have to answer it first and not Dao, because what do you think? What are your expectations? Oh fuck! Yeah, I hope you can answer it, and if not, just flame to make it a good answer at least. So what are your expectations for PriFu in the Premier Division?
Expectation.
Yeah.
So you mean? Oh shit. Wait. You need. I don't actually understand what you mean by that.
So what do you
So.
think? What rank will they get? Or will they get to the playoffs? Will they just relegate back
Aha.
to the Challenger?
Okay. Well, I don't know. I never looked how PriFu played. Actually, I had, but I don't know. It was streamed once, but I don't know against which one. I think my Insanity was it on Dust 2. Am I right?
In the Hero League, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and they played actually very good. So I think on the top 4 in Premier they can get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think. But yeah, for sure. As I always say, it's practice. But I think they can get up if they are if their chemistry is working good still in Premier.
Okay, unlucky. I hoped you would flame Dao, but okay, Dao, your time. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess we're just aiming to keep our spot, or like what we can do, maybe do some damage, and just keep our spot in the Premier Division. I don't like to aim too high because then I get disappointed. But no, I guess we'll see. I'm quite excited because I think we have quite improved since the last Swisscom Hero League season, and I'm looking forward to face most of the teams, I guess.
Okay, so now another question. Now the Premier Division in the Cell is the highest division of CSGO in the Cell. But we have another Swiss CSGO tournament, the Swisscom Hero League. Now, which one is more prestigious to win? Is it better to win the Swisscom Hero League or the Premier Division of the Cell?
I think Swisscom Hero. I think.
In terms of money, I would say so as well, because you have
Because
the tryhard rosters there as well.
It is also sponsored by ESL, I think.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
hosted
big.
by
also-
ESL, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could say. I think the Swisscom Hero League, it gets like more attention
Yeah,
in
for
forms
sure.
of streams and media or like media coverage by the host or by the host tournament, ESL Swiss in that case. And in terms of money, it's the same. I think you had like 3,000 for the first place, and in Cell it's only 2,000. And yeah, I'm not sure. I guess you could say Swisscom Hero League, yeah, because you only have 8 teams and not 10. So the level is quite more stacked, I guess. You don't have to play against the lower teams.
And yeah, the money and the media and the name, that's what makes it better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. But the Cell has the talent factory at least, which the Swisscom Hero League lacks. So, another question. Can the Premier League... Premier League. Can the Premier Division teams actually scout players from the lower divisions? Like, can I, as a Premier Division team, not Premier League, sorry, go watch some Challenger Division games and think to myself, oh, that player's good, we will take him for our Premier Division team and then we will win. Is the level good enough? Like, you didn't tell me there are any good young players.
I think you missed how the Swiss scene works, I guess. Because of course the Swiss scene, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it's a very optimistic question, you know?
Yeah, of course you could do that, but the Swiss scene, it just doesn't work.
It just recycles like some veterans, or
yeah. First of all, who do you know? Who do you get well along with? Like you don't.
Oh my god.
Only if you're like looking for +1, like we are, and you're lower than the Premier Division teams, you're gonna knock on players that are already played there. Likely not, but you're gonna go on the search, look at 99 damage, whatever, who plays there. And since like if you look at most of the rosters, of course you have Kings, which are 5 guys who know each other well and like each other and are good friends. And you have Babos, which is quite a skilled roster, but quite a good roster, and they're not just gonna take. The thing is with taking someone from the lower division is they're lacking the experience. And someone who hasn't played Premier Division, he doesn't have the experience of playing there. So you're most likely not gonna pick a guy who doesn't have the experience for a team in the Premier. Yeah, if you look at most of the rosters, they're either 5 guys who know each other really well, or like it's not easy to get in one of those teams. And yeah. So, of course, as a Premier Division team, you could do that. Of course, you will have players who lack the experience. You could.
So you can't take. So I know PriFu is looking for one player. So you can't just take Razed for your Premier Division adventure next season.
Well, as he said, don't get me wrong. As he said, it's his first season playing, so he doesn't have any experience. And that in the end, what you're looking for in a new player, or like a new player for a team, what experience does he have? Has he played like 3 seasons, 99 damage Division 3, or has he played Div 2 or whatever? Gonna look for that, not his basic level. Or like, it's gonna be an indicator, but not something that tells everything about him. And
so okay, yeah, that's unlucky, but I think once the scene gets a little bit more professional, this will change as well. Once teams actually start scouting and not just friends taking other friends. But yeah, for the meantime, it's like that. Meantime, whatever. So are there any other topics you would like to discuss? Maybe who wins the league, or like you can say anything. A topic you would like to discuss.
I guess we can talk about the playoffs.
Oh.
So of course you had Kings winning against Rins in the first round and Babos losing against Paramis. And then you had Kings losing to Paramis, which is a surprise, but I think in the end it's good for the Swiss scene because, of course, it pushes the level when teams can actually compete with the ruling team, I guess. And then Kings got kicked out by Rins, which is kind of ironic because Kings won 2-0 and now they got 1-2'd by Rins. And Rins also kicking out Babos. So it's now Paramis versus Rins, which is interesting, but I like it, I guess.
Yeah, who do you think will win, though? Paramis, whatever? Or Red Instinct? Like, Red Instinct should be the favorites, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. They have the more... Of course, you have quite experienced guys in Paramis. You have Narelia, which is sick. You have Mori, Maboy. Also experienced players. They played with Flying Hirsch last season, 207. And then you have on Rins. It depends who plays, I guess. Someone like Jazz X and X-Reel and XM and Carlson and whatever you want to take plays. I guess it can get... It's going to be a great matchup, definitely.
But if you had to bet money, you would bet on Rins, right? Both of you.
I would bet on Paramis.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
It's that question because Paramis has beaten Kings.
That's it.
Yeah, Red Instinct as well.
Yeah, but also, like, you can't know. It's not a clear matchup. It's gonna be very close, I guess. And in the end, it's gonna be interesting to watch.
So is there anything else we can discuss about the playoffs? Because to be honest, I didn't watch it really. So I
didn't watch it as well.
I only watched the last map. It was really close. It was quite fun to watch.
Of which teams or which game?
Kings vs Paramis. Was they won on overtime? No, in the playoffs.
In the playoffs.
They won in overtime.
Wow.
On overpass.
Okay. Then it must have been really fucking close.
Yeah, it was really close.
So I would say I have another question, but only this time to Dao, because I know PriFu is looking for an org. Race, I don't have to ask you this question. You are already under the best org. So do you want to advertise yourself real quick, or your org rather, or whatever?
Yeah, if you're an org looking for a team, I guess we are 4 currently guys who are in first line. We're friends. We have a lot of fun. We meet up outside of the game, and as a team, we like to practice. We like to play. I guess we are down to produce content, if you wish. And yeah, I guess if you're looking for a team, we are LFO and looking for someone to present in Premier Division and 99 Division Div 3. Yeah.
Okay, nice marketing sketch. I love it. Very good advertisement, whatever. So I would, to be honest, I would say we are at the end because I have no more questions left. Is there anything you want to say at the end, both of you? Like, now is the time to say anything. Not start another topic, but just say some last words.
Nothing from me.
For me as well. I didn't prepare for it.
Okay.
I can do a shout out if I can, but
Yeah, do.
Yeah, I shout out for my homie GSC and the Orgalostic.
Okay, that's a good shout out. And their content team, which is great, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's my boy. That's what I wanted to hear. Some advertising for PriFu first, now for Lustig. Then I think that would be it. I think I asked to some extent some shitty questions, but it should have been okay. Thank you both of you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
For having me.
To the viewers, go and support these guys. One in the Premier Division, one in the Open, or maybe also Premier if he wins the Premier Division qualifier. Support both orgs. Follow them both on Twitter. You have their handles under their webcams. I appreciate it that you watched the video until now, and yeah, see you next time.
See you.
See ya.